Shalom, ladies, and welcome back. We are still busy with Proverbs 31, and it's been quite a journey. There's a lot of learning going on. We've even started with a challenge, a 31-day challenge, to spend time with Father, to seek Father's face, to ask Him, how much time with your situation, with your prayer requests, your battles that you're fighting, be it with your relationship with your husband, be it relationship with our Father, be it with your children, issues with your children, maybe children who have gone astray, health issues, whatever it is. We are all standing together and spending 31 days with Father in prayer, in Bible study, and really seeking Father's face. Now, the challenge is that you will actually ask Father what it is. You write down your prayer request. You ask Father what it is that you need to find answers for your situation. Ask Father how much time you need to spend reading Bible, how much time you need to spend in prayer, and time, actually dedicated time with Father for declarations, for prayer, and then separately how many chapters you need to read in your Bible per day, and really dedicate to that, and how many days or how you need to fast each week for Father in the 31 days. And that is all in line with the Proverbs 31 woman, because we are supposed to know our Father so intimately that we know His voice, we can identify His voice amongst the noise. There is so much noise coming at us. There's so much media, it's Facebook, it's TikTok, it's Instagram, and I'm sure there's a lot more that I can't even think of now because I'm not involved with a lot of the multimedia stuff. But there's so much things coming at us and depicting of what the perfect world is, what the perfect woman is, what is beautiful in the world's eyes or people's eyes. And it can distort us and our image of ourselves and our image in Abba Father's eyes. And Jehovah has not created us to be cookie cut people. We are not supposed to all look the same. We are not all to have the same calling, the same giftings. We have been made uniquely, and we need to grab that with open arms and rejoice in that and walk into that fruition of that and be a blessing in our home by living out our purpose, our kingdom purpose, and bear that fruit so that our children can see that example and be happy with who they are. And I think we've got so many unhappy children because we've got so many unhappy adults. And we will see this woman of valor is not someone who is seeking a better self, that, a better career, a better family, a better, that living in that what if I had married that person, if I had gone to study, I would have been better this, I would have been better that. If I, it's living in that dream world, because that's what it is. It's a dream world. And we are trying to fill the void in us because we aren't filling that void with our Father. So we're trying to fill it with the acceptance from other people because we compare ourselves so much to other people. So remember, we've been going through the Woman of Valour and spoken about how we should be careful not to compare ourselves with our neighbor, with other, with your friends, or trying to be like someone else. You've got to know who you are in Abba Father. So if you would like more information about the 31-day challenge, please reach out to me and I can send you the details and add you to the group, because I think it's going to be a great growth period for you as well. So we will see. Let's go straight into Proverbs 31, Proverbs 31, verse 28. We will see it's about the woman of valor who will not abandon her family to search for a more self-fulfilling life, to be noticed and appreciated. And I'm seeing many women doing this. They get to their late 30s, middle 40s, that time period, and they're all of a sudden unhappy. And no matter what you say or what you do, they have made up their mind they would rather be alone than stay in their current situation. And they go after, better careers. They go after other men and thinking that they're going to find more joy. And it's tearing families apart. And this is something that's becoming toxic. The enemy is getting it right to tear families apart. And the reason why is because women are not filling that void with the right thing. So Proverbs 31:28 says, her children shall rise up and call her blessed, her husband too, and he praises her. Do your children call you blessed? And does your husband praise you for who you are, for your strength? Let's go and see what this word blessed means. Now, we all know the word blessed, barach, but this is actually ashar, which means to be straight, to be level. That means you're level-headed. You know where you're going and you're going that straight path. You're moving forward. You're honest with yourself and with others. And because you are moving forward, you prosper in that you do. And you are happy. So it's being blessed, leading, or being led, and happy. You need to be led by Abba Father to find your true happiness and to be able to lead your children into their kingdom purpose. So we're going to be reading on page 139 of the Book of Valour. And if you've got your book, you can join in with me. In a perfect world, every woman would marry her ideal man, and they would have beautiful and grateful children together, and all would live happily ever after. How are we to relate to this pinnacle of virtue? After all, we live in a world where every concept of marriage and motherhood has been so distorted and maligned that it is difficult to even appreciate this depiction of familial harmony. Be honest. How many of you react to this description of blessing and praise with a cynical eye roll? But can you also admit that there is a deep yearning for partnership and for fruitfulness? The ideal description in our verse was corrupted early on. I doubt that Cain was too concerned about blessing Eve after he murdered his brother Abel. In the meantime, creation has been groaning for redemption ever since the time of our first parents and their troubled offspring. But the ideal still exists. We won't experience it on the vast scale until all things are made new. But our spirits yearn for the scene to take place. The husband praising his bride and her children calling her blessed. Those of us who are married with children, we crave the satisfaction of knowing that our efforts are not in vain. And for those who are unable to conceive, there's often a longing for pregnancy. For single women, there's a longing for a partner. Why so much yearning? Because the feminine soul is hardwired with the eternal desire to experience blessing and praise from a husband and children. The Woman of Valour has many children, and they recognize her impact upon their lives. They rise up to express it with both their words and deeds. Her husband praises her also because her influence has been vital in making him the man that he is. We occasionally get a glimpse of this sort of gratitude in our own lives and experience flashes of genuine praise. But much of the daily life of a wife and mother feels sacrificial. However, something deeper, richer, and more eternal is being described in this verse. You see, it is inevitable that the fruit of a life lived in the invisible kingdom will reveal itself. Every woman whose heart is connected to the eternal bridegroom will produce offspring. There will be spiritual children though we may not meet them in this lifetime. Each act of love and kindness is a seed that will impact those who receive it. Patience will reveal its fruit. And our husband, he rejoices over us with singing. But it is not easy to hold on to this truth as we go through our daily routine. We are too busy just waiting to be noticed and appreciated by the ones who live under our roof. We are consumed with thoughts such as, when is the last time my son or daughter called me? Or did this husband of mine even hear what I just said? Here is a secret. The woman of valor never asks herself those questions. She is focused on being who she is without manipulation or emotional neediness. The result? Her emotional needs are ultimately met. To the extent we give ourselves willingly to those who are assigned to love, we will be rewarded in the right way and at the right time. Often we will be required to be patient. Children typically need to grow up and experience hardship before they can appreciate their upbringing through mature and appreciative eyes. Husbands become numb from the daily mundane striving, and even those spiritual children into whom we pour our time and attention will occasionally abandon us. But we are not forgotten. Nothing is disregarded by the one who sees and hears. The reward we yearn for is stored up for us, though we may not experience it in this lifetime. So embrace those moments when you do get a glimpse of the joy in store. We await the day when we will hear our bridegroom say, "Well done." So I want you to remember, we dwell in two realms simultaneously. We remain continually aware that there is eternal consequences for all that we do or fail to do. Listen to that again. We remain aware that there is eternal consequences for all that we do and fail to do. And there is always a delay between each choice and its consequence. That span in time is the test. We don't see the fruit of the decisions we've made today or tomorrow or in 10 years' time sometimes. It can take years. And like Robin wrote in the book, sometimes we'll only see the fruit of these things when we get to meet Yeshua. So I want you to practice this week to be patient, to stop yourself when you're asking yourself questions of, do my kids appreciate me? Why are my children not calling me? Why are my children treating me so badly? You know, many of our adult children take us for granted and disrespect us. And that is very, very hard, because you can't discipline them like you used to when they were in the home. And adult children can really hurt a person. I don't know what your circumstances are or where your trials are at this stage. But I just want you to remember that whatever you are doing in this period, between past mistakes, past decisions that you made that maybe you feel you having seen the consequences of it now, don't fall back and do things that you're going to regret again in a few years' time. Now is the time to spend time with Father. Now is the time to bring that pain before Father and to get healing. Now is the time to do what is right before Father. That when it comes to the future, when the consequences are coming out from bad decisions, that you're going to start seeing the fruit from the good decisions that you're making, that they'll basically balance one another out, but you will be stronger as a person to be able to handle whatever comes to you. I hope that makes sense. But this is really something that we need to be careful of. What are you doing in that time of test? Between decisions, between the decision you made and the consequences that need to come from it. And that comes to the same thing. Sorry, I'm just stopping now. I'm remembering. This comes to the same thing of spending time with Father. Many people go, I spend so much time praying, and I spend so much time reading Bible. I spend so much time speaking to Father, but I'm not seeing anything happen. That goes for the same thing. This is what that test of time. Father wants to see, are you going to still be diligent with your spending time with Him if He doesn't answer you immediately? Are you still going to diligently seek Him, or are you only seeking Him to get the answers or get out of Him what you want? Because then your heart is actually being manipulative, because you're trying to manipulate Father to get what you want. Or are you sincerely seeking Father if you get what you want or not? Are you going to have joy if you get locked up for your faith? And the only way you're going to know that is by what you are doing now. So here are a few questions I want you to ponder on. Do you feel your efforts are in vain, and why? And what can you do to change it? Do you crave immediate gratification? Remember, one of the fruits of the Spirit is patience and long-suffering. Are you able to love extravagantly without requiring affirmation and recognition? This comes back to the previous studies that we've done, is are you giving to receive something in return? Even if it's a thank you, then you're not genuinely giving, then you're doing a transactional thing. And that's exactly what this is referring to. Do you nag your husband to fill the void you should be diligently seeking your heavenly bridegroom to fill? You will be much happier in your work, in your home, and in your friendship relationships if you find your joy and your purpose in your heavenly bridegroom. I hear too many women who jump from job to job, and every job they are unhappy. They are, you just get some people that you go, or you don't even want to ask, how are you doing? Because it's this long thing of nagging and complaining and, crying, and you just go, are you ever going to be happy? And those people are like that because they do not have an intimate relationship with Father. And only you can answer that question if you're truly happy within yourself. I hope this has been a blessing to you, and I thank you for your time. And please remember to reach out if you are interested in doing the 31-day challenge. You don't have to do it with us. You can do it on your own. Get your husband to join you. Get your children to join you. But it is going to be life-changing for you. Blessings and shalom.